Hola, ¿cómo están? And what is going on, guys? DarkScheme here, back with some ball tips in Halo 5. So this is more specifically about Assault. So we'll start off with Assault. And first things first, you cannot grenade the ball while it is on its spawn platform. Now you can try as much as you want. You can throw a grenade on it, it'll stick, but it will not go anywhere. You can try ground pounding, but it also will not work. And melee, shooting it, all that just will not work. But once it is picked up, you throw it on the ground, you grenade it, then it can start moving around. You can ground pound it as well, of course, and all that good stuff. Let me try this again. There you go. So you can get some movement on the ball once it's off. Maybe not too much, but it's kind of just there so that you guys are aware of it. And once you do pick up the ball, you are able to thrust twice. Unfortunately, there is no cooldown indicating that your thrusts are gone. The only thing that you do get is an audio cue. So if you listen closely, you do get that notification, but there is none on the screen. And of course, thrusting before or after grabbing the ball will put both normal thrusting and ball thrusting on cooldown. Meaning that if I'm running, I thrust, and then I pick up the ball. If you listen closely, you can hear that little indicator. It's an audio cue that will tell you you cannot thrust yet. And same thing, of course, with the ball. If you're holding the ball, you thrust once, you drop it, you get that notification that you cannot thrust. So thrust cooldown is a little bit off. At the moment, thrust cooldown while holding the ball starts after the most recent thrust, meaning that at the moment, thrusting has a cooldown of 5 seconds. So if you thrust, wait about 4 seconds, then thrust again, the cooldown will reset and you'll have to wait a full 5 seconds for both thrusts to come off as cooldown. But another thing to indicate is at the moment there seems to be some inconsistencies with thrusting while you're holding the ball. Sometimes spamming thrust can only cause one thrust to come back, and we'll see if I can get it here. So as you can see, I'm supposed to be getting 2 thrusts back, but I'm only getting 1. And see, now it resets, I'm getting double thrust again. So it's a little inconsistent, I'm not sure what causes it, but maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe there is something that 343 can fix as far as that, but that's kind of just there so you guys are aware. And even with the ball carrier having 2 thrust abilities, it's still faster to run the ball with a drop/pickup method that's used commonly in Capture the Flag. So to do this, all you really have to do is while you're holding the ball, you want to move forward, jump, and as you're jumping, you'll kind of want to look up a little bit and drop the ball, and this will cause the ball to kind of go a little bit further. To take the most out of the ball distance that it gets, you want to be jumping, drop the ball, and you want to sprint as you hit the ground. So while you're dropping to the ground, you pretty much want to be spamming your sprint button. And once you do that, you jump, sprint, pick up the ball, rinse and repeat. So to get it down, it's really not too hard. You just have to get used to it. And you can drop the ball by pressing your switch weapon button or your right trigger or whatever you use to shoot. So definitely a few methods of running it, of dropping the ball, I guess I should say. And it allows you to be ready to shoot an opponent if they are close by, so you kind of just drop it and you're ready just in case somebody's around the corner or anything like that. But of course, this will also show the enemy team where the ball is as you're dropping it, therefore showing them where you're running the ball. So this is kind of just a method of running it quick if you have the enemy team all dead on the respawn. And one thing to note with the ball is that you actually can't pick up items while holding the ball. This means that you can't run over to the power-up right here, OS, and pick it up. It just won't let you. And you cannot pick up grenades either. Now, this is one of the interesting things that I found. Not being able to pick up grenades is, I think, a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if that's intended or not, but as you can see, I have one frag grenade and I cannot pick up any more. Once I drop it, then I'm able to. But one thing to note is that you are still able to pick up ammo. So as you can see, I have the plasma caster and I have 0 ammo for it, just what's in the chamber. So I grab this, run over to the plasma caster, and pick up the ammo. So there is a possibility of being able to sneak around and pick up power weapon ammo. Maybe not for the bigger power weapons, but for tier 2 weapons like the shotgun, like the scatter shot, and those weapons. Kind of just so you guys are aware. And of course, the last method that I want to show you is that you can actually Spartan charge and pick up the ball. Now I've showed this method before for picking up the power up, so I can kind of just show it off here. And as you Spartan charge, you finish the animation while you're Spartan charging, and you get the power up. So to do this, you can do it with the ball as well. It's pretty easy. All you really have to do is be in max sprint, and while you're sprinting, you want to be holding down your pickup/reload button. So right now I'm holding the B button, as that is my pickup button as I play bumper jumper. Once again, you want to be in max sprint so that you do have the ability to Spartan charge on demand. And as you get close to the ball, you want to Spartan charge. And it's kind of just a method that I think it will be useful specifically for ball game types, because you are able to get more movement out of it. You Spartan charge, get a little bit more distance, and you can immediately double thrust. Kind of just a way to get a little bit more speed. So once again, I'll show this off. So it has to be very quick. And one final thing that I will mention, I don't know how useful it is, but it's just something that I want to throw in so you guys are aware. But as you're holding your ground pound, you do have the ability to drop the ball with the right trigger. Not sure if that'll be useful at all. I've been kind of messing around with it. As you're ground pounding, you can kind of drop the ball. Maybe just so that you can get ready to get into a gunfight immediately after. But not sure, maybe it's useful, maybe it's useless. So we will have to see. We will have to wait and see. And I know I said that was the final thing, but the very last thing I do want to mention is that the ball carrier, while you're holding the ball, is a one-hit melee. So be sure to use your thrust ability for both evasion and aggressive gameplay. But that is pretty much it for the video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these tips. Let me know what you guys think about these tips in the comment section below. Of course, remember, this is all day one stuff. And as always, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.